Welcome to Jerusalem is Burning. I'm Kevin Jerusalem, your host, and today we have a special guest, the prophet Joel. Joel was a post-exilic prophet, the son of Pethuel, and preached between 300 and 400 BC. Hey Joel, how's it going?
It's been going pretty good since the Israelites turned back to God. You know, they really had me worried there. I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah, they probably weren't thinking much after that long exile. What was life like after the exile?
Well, it was almost all good. We rebuilt the temple in 515 BC after Jerusalem had been destroyed. But then the people started to stray away from God, so it started to get a little shaky.
Yeah, I heard about that. Their focus was a little off, right? Tell me about the soldiers that invaded the land.
Well, it all started in Judah when I was preaching to the Israelites. They started to become unfaithful, so God sent locusts to show them that they should remain faithful to God.
Locusts, you say? When I read your book, I heard something about soldiers that invaded the land.
Well, the soldiers were simply a metaphor for the destruction and power that the locusts could put upon the land. But the locusts were not the mission of my story. My mission was to bring the people back to God and to warn them about the day of judgment.
Yeah, I heard about the Day of Judgment, and something about the Jehoshaphat Valley, now called the Kidron Valley of Jerusalem.
The day of judgment is when God will bring everyone into the Jehoshaphat Valley, and he will let the good prosper, and those who have wronged him, he will take his vengeance.
This wasn't an actual event, correct?
Correct. Again, it was a metaphor for the end of time.
Tell me more about what you're trying to tell your people. What was your message?
Well, my message is that God is present through our daily lives, and that we should have hope. We should be glad instead of frightened.
It's hard to have hope in times of such devastation. Today that the economy is doing poorly, and it's easy for us to forget God. Tell us what you told the people of Judah so that they would remember God.
Well, that's a very good point. Today is very similar in the way that it's not easy to own up to your own faults and trust in God, but if you do trust in God, everything will turn out for the best.
Back then, though, they had plagues and natural disasters to show God's true presence in their lives. He even spoke to them through thunder. Today we have war, poverty, and hunger to deal with. And I don't see God sending us a prophet. Has God left us?
Well, we need to remember that God is omnipresent and omni-loving. He works through little actions of kindness. We are each other's prophets, and we need to lead each other to the path of righteousness. People make the bad decisions, not God.
Ah, so I can look upon my own life and the lives of others to find the path towards God? I don't have to do anything dramatic, though. If God works in small ways, can I work in small ways too?
Back then, they actually fasted, which was a normal sacrifice for their time. But today, we can do something as simple as opening the door for an elderly person.
Ah, thank you. Sorry, my curiosity gets the best of me sometimes. How did they respond to this message? I would have been a little nervous.
No problem. They actually responded very well. They fasted and made sacrifices. They did exactly what I and God wanted them to do. So God saw what they did and had mercy.
Having mercy, did things just go back to the way they were before? Or were they any different?
Life actually turned out great. God gave them grain, wine, and oil from their sacrifices. It was actually better than before, and he drove out the locusts.
Now this sounds like a normal forgiveness story. Was it?
It's actually spot on. Although today we wear jeans and a t-shirt to go to the confessional, they wore a traditional sackcloth, which I have an example of right here.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Well, I did a little research on your story, and I heard something about fulfillment of Moses' wish to God. Tell me more about this.
Well, it's very good for you. Actually, Moses had a wish before he died that all people of Israel would be under God's blessing, and this was fulfilled through our story.
Ah, thank you. You say your book. Did you actually write the book, or did you have some scholars helping you? And if you did write the book, when was it written?
Well, that's terrific for you. But I am the main author. I mean, everyone needs a little help here and there. We wrote it between 400 and 350 BC, soon after the story actually took place.
Good for you. Did you write down what was going on during the time in history?
Well, it's why Greece was becoming an uprising, strong nation. But it was after the destruction of Sidon in 343 BC. During this time, Israel was led by the priests.
I really like your story, but is it emphasized anywhere in the liturgical year?
It's actually a terrific reading for Lent.
Oh, that's cool. Which part of the book is used in the reading?
Well, they use from my book, chapter 2, verses 1 through 8, when we were fulfilling Moses' wish. God was pouring out his Spirit to the people.
Pour out his Spirit, you say? That kind of sounds like Pentecost, when God was pouring out his Spirit to the apostles through the Holy Spirit. Is there any relationship?
It was actually a direct relation. Pentecost fulfilled God's prophecy, while we fulfilled Moses' wish.
Wow, you're truly an insightful man. While we have time left, tell us about your positioning in the Bible.
Well, I don't like to brag, but I was kind of like a frontiersman for the minor prophets after the exile. My name actually means the one that begins. and I was before the others in the Bible after the exile.
Congratulations. You must have worked hard on that for the pioneers.
Well, I was very happy that I could serve both God and my people. It was a great honor for me.
That's great for you. I'm really proud. Well, we're all out of time. I had a lot of fun learning about you. We should do it again sometime.
Oh, thank you very much. God bless you and have a great day.
Thank you. Goodbye.